Assalamu alaikum. Hello all. This is Faith Channel, and this new channel is about the lifestyle. And in this first episode, we'll tell you about some information, and also we'll give you some descriptions of this channel and what it's about. So during the 30 years, we worked 35 years in the laboratory, in the field at the university, in the research in the field in food science and nutrition, and what we call C, and so a lot of things that now we have a big experience in the field, and we could see that people now are ignoring what they are eating throughout the world. That because we visited many countries in the world, in Asia, in Europe, and also in the Middle East, and so in Eastern Europe, and so on. So people now are ignoring what they are eating, and they are confusing between natural food and processed food, and they are getting false idea. They are getting false idea about the nutrition. So, and these things will be discussed on the channel, and many topics will be discussed. That the first time we will talk to you about the time you should eat. The time of eating is not the morning and the noon and the evening. It's not the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner. The time is not now, and nobody so far until now that nobody could tell about the real time and the exact time of eating. Nobody could do that. But we will try, inshallah, we will try to give you some idea about the time you should eat. And people are not the same, you know, that some people can eat the morning and they don't get any troubles in any stomach upset or somewhat or any maldigestion and so on. But other people, if they eat this in the same time, if they eat the morning, they will get some troubles. And you know that we have, at least we have some characteristics, and people are not the same. We have 4 blood types, and we have color, the feature of people. We have many regions, many regions, they are not living the same way. The American continent is not the European continent, is not African continent, and so on. And we will give some properties and some characteristics of each food in these countries to be used properly and the right way. So this is a very important topic that will be discussed, but the time you should eat, and if you tell us your work, what you are doing, are you a driver, or are you an employee in a factory or in a society, or are you in the administration, are you in the police, or are you at home, you don't do anything, and a lot of things, these factors, and also very important to know exactly what to do and to have to be healthy and also to be wise in this life. This is very important, healthy and wise. So food now, you know that there are many classes, many categories of foods, but people are confusing cereals with pulses or legumes, are consuming some vegetables with fruits and dried fruits with like nuts, with a lot of things, other like seeds, sunflower seeds, and also some flax seeds and cress seeds, and so coriander seeds, like these things that people are confusing a lot of things, and you should have a clear idea, and you should learn the nature and the characteristic of each food, and what to eat in the morning and what to eat in the evening, and should you take a meal at noon, lunch, because lunch now is the big meal, and it's the worst thing that you can do. The worst thing in nutrition you can do is to eat a heavy meal in lunch. And especially when we work, that because if you work, you are concentrating in your work, and you are working hard, and your stomach will be blocked, cannot digest these things. That even if you eat meat, and meat may require 5 hours to be digested, and you will not digest this meat, and will get a lot of troubles in your gut and in your stomach and your intestine, such as some stomach upset or stomach ache, or like irritating bowel syndrome, and a lot of things. And with time will have other problems, so like gallstones and a lot of things, many of them, like the lack the deficiency of many minerals and the deficiency of some vitamins that you can get only from the way you are eating, from the way you are living. And when homemade food is not processed food, and you should get a clear idea about the properties of homemade food and also the processed food. Some people can say that the morning they are taking cereals in the breakfast. The breakfast you are eating a cereals that you add to milk and then you mix and you eat, and you think that you are eating cereals. You are not eating cereals. Cereals that they should be untied, that you should not remove anything. And these things you are eating in the morning in the breakfast, they are the extruded food. And extruded foods are not natural foods, and they may contain less than 30% of the real components or the real compounds, chemical compounds that may help you may help your health, like minerals, vitamins, and dietary fiber. But you cannot get them in this breakfast you are eating and you are taking. And the bread you are buying from the bakery is not bread made at home. Your bread, when made from the whole grains, the whole wheat bran, and fermented by the sourdough ferment, and during a long time to get some probiotic and the fetus to be degraded and to be destroyed by this lactic acid bacteria. And this is the real bread. But what you are eating from the bakery is not bread. It's flour mixed with water and salt and fermented with the baker's powder, or anyway, and they add sugar and they add a lot of food additives like monoglyceride, diglyceride, bromide, and a lot of things they can. So it can be bleached by chemical compounds. So it's not bread. Don't think that you are eating bread. Bread is something that you can prepare yourself at home from the whole flour. No extraction. You should not discard the bran from wheat or from any other grain. In many countries they eat rice, and many other countries they can eat barley and maize, like in the Arab countries and the Maghrebian countries. Now they have some barley and some corn. They are eating them, and that's so you should have a clear idea about what you are eating, and the time you should eat, and the amount you should eat, and the food to not be mixed with themselves, because if you mix some incompatible food, that you will get some allergies. If you mix eggs with milk, with nuts, and with fish, and so sure you will get blood problems and of allergy or many other troubles in your life. So, and food to not be mixed, food to not be taken together in the same time, and food, what kind of food you should take in the breakfast in the morning, and what kind of food you can eat during the day at noon when you work, and also which kind of food you can eat the evening when you come back to your home, and or even so when you finish your work. And by night things that you can eat, that a lot of people at midnight they can have dinner at midnight, and this is the worst thing that they can do. So, and these things we'll explain them, and sure we'll give a clear idea and about some description and scientific aspects. Now we have a big experience, and we have really gathered and accumulated a lot of things in this field, and we have to tell people about this, and we could see that a lot of troubles and health troubles are now coming from only from the way people are living, and the people they are eating, and the way people are eating, and also a lot of mistakes in this life that you should avoid to have a good health, and to not really put your health in what we call it the free problems, that can come from nothing. That's it. And this is very important for people that really to learn how to use foods and how to manage their food, and how really to have, because not to eating too much. People now think that when they eat one simple things that they get some problems. No. It's not the amount of food, but it's the importance of what this food might contain as ingredients, as nutrients, is more important than the amount of food. So, and some food you can eat too much with no problem. Some food you cannot eat too much. If not, you will have some health troubles in your life. So Inshallah, we'll discuss this in this channel, but be sure that this is the channel of Dr. Faid, inshallah, and we will give you some clear idea and a lot of informations, that because you know that we are now recording in 3 languages, and sure that we are now delaying some episodes that in English or in French, they are not the same proportion in time, that we are more now, we are recording more in Arabic than French and in English, but sure that we will really make everything in the 3 languages, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, until I meet you. Assalamu alaikum, see you.